Awesome. All right, everybody get comfortable. Oh, and if y'all need stickers, I got plenty of those too. Everybody likes stickers. Everybody loves stickers. Anybody got one? Oh, yeah, you got started. Yeah. There you go. I like that. Good. Excellent. And also, has everybody met Sarah Creel? Sarah Creel's our programs coordinator too. Besides Sarah, another person you'll see very often throughout these F5 programs. We can kind of let's do that after the break because everybody's here. You'll be sticking around for the break after this, so we can. It's not wasting any more time. All of y'all are busy people. That's why you're all in this room. If we have everybody in, we can shut the door. We can start. Awesome. Thank you.
You made it.
First things first, y'all give yourself a round of applause. Coming to this is the very first thing you have to do, and y'all showed up. So thank you. Y'all are part of the inaugural Founder Institute cohort class in Texas. In Texas. We got people from Corpus in the house. We got people from Corpus, we got people from San Antonio. Got some friends from Houston. And yeah, so this is not just an Austin-focused group. These are people from all around the state. And if we do this right, we're going to show the whole state what the Founder Institute can do for creating new jobs and companies in Texas. So, once again, thank you all. You all have made it this far. You've already proven your strengths, your brilliance. And now we're going to get into what these ideas mean to you as a founder and as a company builder. So that's going to be a highlight agenda of what's going to go on. Hopefully, I don't talk for 90 minutes. It'll probably be an hour. But we're going to start first with just a quick welcome to me. You can figure out who I am in a second. And then we're going to get to know every single one of you and why you're here. But we'll start with me. So, I'm joined with actually two other directors, neither of which could make it tonight. You can see Paul O'Brien. I think many of y'all have seen Paul, met Paul, talked to him on Facebook or Twitter. He's really good at those. He tweets a lot. He writes dysenteries and comment threads. Yeah, he's really prolific on that. So Paul O'Brien is actually organizing a robotics class for his daughter. Go figure. But he's here in spirit. The other person in spirit is Barbara Brunner. Barbara Brunner is the CEO of the Austin Technology Council. She has been a huge advocate in getting this off the ground locally. She's also been a mentor in Denver, Los Angeles. She knows what this program is about. And we're excited to have kind of that pull at the top level for this program. That's kind of support you need to get something like this off the ground. Now, who's this kid right here? My name is Martinez. I know I've said this over and over again if you've been to a lot of my sessions, but just call me Martine. It's more fun to say. If you have any questions, just shout it out. Yeah. A little bit about me. I was one of the first 5 inside sales reps at Facebook, pre-IPO. We saw a lot. I got the Kool-Aid intravenously shot up into my veins way back when we were all children managing children. So I got the startup bug real early. I know what the feeling of being on a rocket ship is like. I know what a hyper-growth company is. I also went to Google right after that. Did high-volume sales for them too. So I know what kind of boiler room style call center is like as well, also for a rocket ship company. I've started a company before, used all that cash, went for broke, learned a lot. And since then, jumped back into high technology, producing high conference trade shows, events, really high scale things, got really great mentors that supported me through all of that. And now I'm here. Started my second company, 8 Player Media. We focus on event and creative production. for technology and music brains. So we're really at that intersection here in Austin. We're growing. And most importantly, I'm your managing director. So all major questions, all complaints, all praises, I'll take them first. And again, it's been wild to see this kind of grow from just an idea, concept, to this full-blown class right here, packing it up. But enough about me. Let's start in the back. Start with you, right in the back. Now, what we're just going to do, say your name, quick sentence on who you are, where you're from, and why you're here.
Sure. My name is Sabih Hamid. I am originally from the DC area. Kind of ended up here as a part of a rotation program, so there I am. The reason I'm here is to get another startup started.
All right, let's keep moving.
Scott White. I actually grew up here, so it's sort of a rarity for in town.
Got a name.
And I build stuff for a living. I ran an R&D group for a long time in the corporate world and left that to start a company, my own company, about a year ago. And I'm here to make that company grow.
Awesome.
I'm Gary Newman. I've been in Austin for about 20 years. I've been running software in various industries for 25. Scott actually talked me into coming here, so I'm with him.
Hi, I'm Sabine Besadi. Originally from Buenos Aires. Made a really long way here.
Glad to have you.
Okay, what?
I said glad to have you.
Oh, thank you. I guess my background is kind of in design and biomaterials, which is kind of weird. I'm here to start my startup.
Place to do it.
Yeah, hi, I'm Rajesh and I'm from India. I moved to Austin over a year ago. I'm into tech. I'm here to do a startup.
Right.
Hi, I'm Varun Rajapan. I'm from Houston, grew up there. I'll be traveling once a week to Austin for this class. I'm a fifth-year radiology resident, currently working at MD Anderson. And I'm here to leverage mentors, contacts, and I'm trying to start something in medtech.
I'm Jennifer, and actually I have a medical background too. So I went to Georgetown Medical School for my PhD, just as an aside. And so here in Austin, I just great people to really learn from everybody is one thing when I get out of this class and have a place to bounce off ideas. I have some technology that I've got provisionally patented, and I think I want to use it for this psychology tool with kids.
I'm Jeffrey Yanez, born and raised here in Austin too. And I've been a freelance designer for about 6 years now, working in graphic design and fashion. And I'm here to work on a social media app.
Jennifer Chang. I have been in Austin for 5 years. All my education and my professional career are all technical. But the reason I want to come today is to have a social innovation startups.
Hey, so my name is Eunice Chenju. I'm originally from Central Africa, Cameroon. I've been in the US for about 6 now, and I've been in Austin for 1. I love numbers and I love, working with data, and I believe, it can make your life easier and better using analytics. So that's why I'm here. Hopefully I can start something with that.
Hey guys, I'm Dayton Kenny, originally from Boston, Massachusetts. I've been in Austin for about 4 years, and I'm building a social volunteering app.
Awesome.
My name is Riley Knox, Austin born and raised. Everyone else here. Surprisingly few of us these days. Degree in mechanical engineering, and I'm starting my second startup now doing 3D printing.
My name is Decker, I'm also a native. So it seems like we've got a lot more here than we think. Yeah, just here to make connections with mentors and just be more focused in my ability to get these companies that I'm looking at starting off the ground and excelling.
My name's Kevin. I have been in Austin for, I think, a little over 2 months now. I just moved out here from Southern California. I am a software developer, and I'm here to create my own business. So,
Hi everyone, I'm Matthew, born and raised in San Antonio, currently living in San Antonio, so I'll be driving up to hang out with everybody once a week. I was in Seattle for Seattle Startup Week, met one of the guys that launched the Founders Institute Seattle chapter way like 7 or 8 years ago. Got me fired up about doing that, and then met some of the team here while I was here in Austin Startup Week. So here, involved in the startup early in my career, I know you can't know too much as you go through the journey building startups. So that's what I'm here.
Hey everyone, I'm Jonathan Hackworth. I'm from Dallas, Texas. So about 2 years ago, I joined a startup out here called Tenfold. Turned out to be pretty fast growing, and I like the experience, so ready to do it again.
I'm Kate Pyler, and I'm a native Texan with a few stints in New York. Going back, which is good. And I'm here because that test to get in here intrigued me the most. That more check. Okay, all right, what are you guys all about? That's what I'm here. You know, there's other reasons too. But I have augmented reality and virtual reality learning tools for kids in the K-12 age range.
My name is Kevin Mays. I'm a Chicagoan, been here a couple of years now. Really love the scene here. Most of my experience is in healthcare tech, and I'm working on my first B2C app and experience, and I'm really weak, and so I'm looking for help.
I'm Jonathan Libby. I'm actually one of the mentors. And I actually, years ago, I lived in California, worked for a small startup software company. And more recently, I've been working with IBM, and a large part of my role was interacting with the startup community to find ways to help them, and in a lot of cases, build a relationship with large IBM and enterprise software business.
You're right. Oh, you can't just go.
Okay, I was born in Austin. I'm a business major, and I'm just here to learn and help out with the program. I also help Martinez at A-Clear Media.
Yes.
Oh, I'm Sarah. Sarah Creel, sorry.
She forgot.
The pressure is on.
My name is Alfred Martinez, and I had an opportunity I'm from Corpus Christi. I had an opportunity to expand a dental magazine from Mexico City, and at the time I worked for a faith-based homeless shelter. My boss was worried about me quitting and just working for myself, so I wanted to do something to tie in helping the homeless and poor with the dental theme. And the original vision was for two main characters, Dental Perfection Man and Ruthless Toothless, and that's where the whole idea started. From there, it's grown. It's something that is not only entertaining, but educational and factually correct. I want to use it to do multiple things. I eventually want to start a media tech company and do cartoons and films and education-based entertainment.
I'm Josh Cross. I am by day a process consultant, and I'm very exciting. This is much more exciting, and I'm looking to grab hold of my first startup. Gain a lot of knowledge here, I think. So.
I'm Peter Nguyen. I came from Boston as well. I've been here for 3 years. I recently did a startup and launched my product. It's called Roostio, a location-based mobile marketing solution for small businesses. And I'm here to learn how to build it properly and scale.
Hi, I'm Adrian Early. I'm from the U.S. mostly. And I designed a new financial service to integrate all of personal finance. That includes replacing insurance, I mean all of them, with self-insurance backed up by a peer-to-peer network. The self-insurance means you build an endowment to pay increasingly large deductibles. And it's built in with growing new wealth. So, all right.
I'm Neil. I'm up here from Houston. I've been in Austin for about 8 hours.
I come up here like once a week or something like that. So basically my background is I was a serial entrepreneur, became an angel investor, now kind of moving into philanthropy. I also teach at the University of Houston. I teach entrepreneurship there. So I'm just hanging out, and this is really cool. Awesome to launch event.
Thanks for coming.
Hi, I'm Amber Gunst. I'm with Austin Technology Council. I'm actually one of the mentors here. I originally started, Jonathan, I knew you. I used to be with the Austin Chamber of Commerce, and Jonathan and I used to do these IBM happy hour things about once a quarter. So I know a lot of people. I've done sales for over 20 years, so that's really helped you all figure out how you're going to sell your stuff. Because if you can't sell it, you might as well not build it.
That's right.
And then we have a lady walking.
Oh yeah, Sarah. You came in a little late.
Sure, sorry.
So it's just name with the name that you do. and
Sarah Brinton, I'm the founder of a startup called Pinguino Travel, and we are building technology that's redesigning how families explore the world.
You're not alone there, buddy.
Oh, you gotta go too.
You gotta go too.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I'm Connor. I'm helping intern for the Founder Institute, and so helping you guys and here to learn. So, yeah.
So are you a student somewhere?
No, I'm not. I'm actually part of a startup, but
okay,
yeah,
cool.
so this is good.
Okay.
Too.
You went to high school here, though.
Yeah, you're right. I did go to high school here. I graduated pretty recently. So.
And last but not least, our two gentlemen in the back.
My name is Mike Brecht. I am a mentor for the program here. I have kind of a great background. In 2006, I got a master's in science, technology, commercialization from UT. Worked for a few years with the IC Square here with the global commercialization group in doing overseas technology assessments for companies wanting to maybe enter the United States. And then I've been working for the last about 4 years with the Texas State Small Business Development Center, where we're focused on international entrepreneurs and working on local entrepreneurs. And I have, the realities of the world has set upon me in the last week, 2 weeks, where the legislature cuts to our agency has caused me to now be a free agent, and I can
entrepreneurship at its best.
Ron Clark, and I'm the last mentor here, and I do strategy and tactics for entrepreneurs, for the business end of it, but also to invent or reinvent individually or the culture part of it. I've done all sorts of things, having my own companies and consulting, but my background is mathematics and counseling.
All right, everybody, yeah, have a seat. That's my job. So again, welcome everybody. Give yourself one more hand. Now take a look in this room, minus one person who's not here, named Taylor Lockwood. She's, as I was mentioning, she's doing a pitch competition in Dallas. She'll be here tomorrow. Got a packed house. But take a look to your left, take a look to your right. Maybe a good chance one of you won't be here by the time it's over. Now, I've seen a few of these introductory orientation videos from around the world, mostly in the United States because that's my primary language, but it's tough, and the purpose of this orientation is to really gear you into that. It's starting a company is a very daunting task, but all of you are already here. Y'all are strong. Y'all passed the test. There's a reason why you're in this room, because you have a dream or you have something you're already working on. So picture it a lot like a boot camp. I am both going to be your drill sergeant and your parent. I'm going to push you. I don't want you to fail, but I will push you to succeed, as will the entire mentor and director team. That's what we're here for. We can't hold your hand. We're not going to. That's going to be up to you, and whether or not you're going to make it through this program. And that's important, something important to instill right now. Many of you kind of enrolled last minute, and that's okay. Some of you enrolled really early, and you've already started doing some work. If you already have to do work tonight, you're already behind. So you're going to have to start getting up pretty quickly and getting back up to speed. The more you fall behind, the more work we're going to give you. And that's going to be important that you stay on task and push yourself. Because again, this isn't about us. We're here for you. We want you to succeed. But the only person that's going to really drive you over the finish line is you. So we have to keep that in mind. Now, as I said, you know, Paul, Barbara, and myself, as your directors, are going to be your biggest cheerleaders. And so if there's things that you need to communicate, please do that. If you can't make a class because you're at a pitch event or you're visiting family, something, just communicate that to us. We're going to be recording all these sessions, and you already have login information on the back end where you're going to upload all your assignments. You're going to have access to all of these documents, including this video. So our friend Haley is in Dallas right now. She's going to see all this too and be like, oh no. But again, it's going to be up to you. It's going to be a tough program. And you'll see as we get through this, as I've said it before in many of the recruitment events, 1 in 3 will make it through. But the ones out of those 1 in 3 that make it through, you're going to have one hell of an idea. You have a damn good idea. And you're going to be a leader too on top of it. So there's a saying here in FI called "No Founder Left Behind." That's why I had the boot camp imagery on there too. It's like the Navy SEALs. There's no man left behind. So what you're going to realize too, as we break up into your teams, is that all of you are going to start rooting for each other. All you need to succeed collectively. You're going to challenge each other. All of you are very brilliant for very different things. So that's important. There's a reason why we grouped all of you in certain respects. It's a very diverse group. As you can already see, a very diverse group. Not people just from Texas, people from around the country, people from around the world. South America, Africa, Asia, India. Yeah, we got a lot of continents represented in this room right now, y'all. It's a team effort. You're all the same. You're all just privates in the army right now. So treat it like that. If you see somebody struggling in your team, it's going to reflect on you too. So you're going to have to push each other. It's the only way it's going to work. We'll give you as much guidance and support as possible, but again, if it's not in your heart, you won't be here February 21st graduation. And that's kind of the tone that we have set right now, because that's the amount of commitment you're going to have to give. Now, I'm actually saying it pretty nicely in comparison to what the founder at Deo Reseed does. He usually curses every other word in this kind of thing. Half of you probably already walked out of the room. Yeah, and he kind of has an iteration on this. He says, "Don't leave your sorry ass behind." That's really what he says. That's on his slide. He edits it sometimes in the middle of it. So I won't be like that. I have a different style. All directors have a different style, but we got to be tough. And I'm going to have to pose questions to you, questions that are going to be important. What's the main reason why startups die? It's not rhetorical. And you can shout it.
Poor planning?
It's the main reason why startups die.
Customers don't want it.
Yeah. Main reason why startups die, because the founder quits. It's the main reason why startups die, because you give up. I don't want any of you to give up. I don't want to give up on you. But that's up to you whether or not you're going to make it through. And I will continue to repeat that. And all together, what's the main reason startups die? The founder quits. So we don't want you to quit. We're going to prepare you with the structure, the network, and the resources to be successful. But again, it's going to be up to you. So, like Azadeo says, don't leave your sorry ass behind. Because no one's going to give up on you. You're going to be the first one to do that. Now, again, the vision. We want to build enduring, impactful companies. Not just a job for you to do. So how are we going to figure that out? How are we going to parse that vision out of you? Every single one of you, the leaders of your future company, as founders. We got to start very Simon Sinek-y. You got to start with that golden circle. We got to figure out your why. If you don't have a why, how can you run a company for 20 years? How can you build on your dream for the next 20 years? That's what you got to start thinking of. Not the next 3, 4, 5, 10 years, 20. Is this something you want to do for the next 20 years of your life? It's a question you have to ask yourself right now. So that's a question you ask yourself tomorrow. And then when we get into customer development on November 8th, you've got a week off, so you have time to do all your work. But do you have the passion? Do you know your why? In your assignments, you're already going to have these questions. What's your why? What drives you? What gives you passion? You're going to have to get on those assignments very quickly. As much as I want us to go have drinks tonight, probably just going to send you all home so you'll get to work. We'll have drinks tomorrow night. But that's the first thing. Is this something you want to do for the next 20 years of your life? Because that's the level of commitment you have to start now, today. Now, impactful. Is that the thing you're going to do for the next 20 years of life, create 500 jobs? Again, a wise person once told me, do you want to create a job for yourself or do you want to create jobs? That's the difference between being an entrepreneur and just, making something up and calling yourself an entrepreneur. The entrepreneur versus the entrepreneur. Is your idea, is there enough passion behind your idea that you can lead 500 people into that and pay them so they can have families, raise kids, buy a house, buy the kids a car? That's part of your why. If you have a strong why, you can build what you want. It's going to be an enduring, long-lasting company. Now, out of those 500 jobs, can you impact 1 million lives? Do you believe that your idea is going to change the world in the most trite sense? Is your idea, you think Penguino is going to change 1 million lives?
Yep.
Yeah? You think your dental project out is going to change 1 million lives? Yes. Good. That's the passion you need. That's what passion we're going to expect from all of you. Let's talk about how are we going to do that. Let's talk about this program. I know you've seen me do the lightweight fun and dance one during the summer, but now this is going to be a serious thing. There's a reason why all of you are in this room, packing this room up, because you're strong, you're brilliant, you're fucking smart. Again, Adele cursed like 60,000 times. That was my first one. So, but
You have a lot more to
I got a lot more to make up.
Yeah.
But still, that's going to be kind of the banter. It's going to be challenging. It's okay. This is going to be our little safe space of challenging and pushing each other. It's not going to be sunshine and rainbows all the time. But again, you're strong. You passed the test. Now, they've taken this test 30,000 times. Now, it's not perfect, but there is a high accuracy rate that you will be successful just by making it this far. 88% success rate within all of this. Now, you know from what it told you what your strengths are. Some of you have very high fluid intelligence. Some of you are moderately agreeable. Y'all are really good either, with emotional, stability, extroversion, all of that. But you can't change any of those minus one. The only one that you can change out of that is your openness. How much are you willing to accept that you're wrong?
You can work on stability.
That's with medication. And the Denver and the Silicon Valley chapters, they're like, maybe you need to have some, funny Denver gummies, or you gotta eat some magic mushrooms to change your openness. But yeah, probably. But really, it's gonna be up to you whether or not you're willing to accept that you might be wrong. So that's the only thing really, truly, in your psyche that you'll have to understand and accept, is your openness. That's one thing I actually scored a high pretty on, because I'm always wrong. Not today. Now, founding a company, as I've said before, is hard. It's really hard. You're not going to get to go to ACL both weekends. You're not going to be able to go to see an awesome concert one night. You're going to be sitting up till 3 a.m., writing an email, answering a customer service call from your angriest client, tweaking that social media post because it's just not right yet, putting a late fire because your developers on the other side of the world just totally screwing things up. Founding a company's hard. So if you think you're going to be able to just kind of breeze through this, or spend your weekends doing whatever it is, you're not going to be here in a couple weeks. I don't want that. But that's going to be up to you. That's the typical hours you're going to have to do. I know some of you have day jobs, and this is going to be something you're really going to have to dedicate the next 4 months to. So expect that. Prepare for it. If you have families, talk to your families. Make sure you have these conversations. Starting a company's tough. This program is really tough. I don't think I've mentioned it. But that's going to be the amount of coursework you're going to be doing every week. These are the assignments you're going to have to do. And this is why you have teams. That's why some of you have co-founders already that aren't necessarily in this. You can disperse that. It's helpful if you have teams. But really, the people in this room, these are your champions. These are your teammates. I'm your cheerleader, your mother, your father, and your drill sergeant. I did not steal that from Full Metal Jacket. And But by the numbers, you know, you can already see there's a 60% dropout rate. But if you're not one of those 6 out of 10 that drop out, the numbers look really good for you. If you make it through these next 4 months, numbers look really good for you. 80% survival rate. You make it through. You'll be making it another 5 years through. Out of that, you're going to be starting to really make some money. Really building, hiring people, providing value, getting close to those 500 jobs. More than half of you are going to get some funding. We're going to ensure that we get that for you. But you have to graduate. And we're not going to hold your hand. It's going to be up to you. Now, again, this is it's a very personal thing. It goes to the heart. It means a lot to me being an entrepreneur myself. You know, sometimes you deal with personal things, you deal with financial things. Either way, you got to power through, and you got to work with your support network to make it so. But that's what we're going to ask for you. We're going to ask that you work hard. Working smart's cool too, but you got to work hard. You got to show your work. I'll give you an example in a little while of what good assignments look like and what bad assignments look like. If you show up a bad assignment, you kind of half-ass your stuff out, you're going to get bad ratings out of people. But if you go over and beyond and you show exactly it's the same stuff you probably have to show an investor and explain to an investor, or even just a co-founder, these things by the numbers, those will be the difference. That'll be the difference between somebody's going to make it through graduation or somebody's going to break after session 3. So part of this working in groups piece is the leadership. You know, like we're going to be striving for the best. We want the best out of you. But really, the Founder Institute, this isn't the Startup Institute, this isn't just the Idea Institute, this is the Founder Institute. Every single one of you are founders of your own companies. You're leaders of your own destiny. So we're going to be working in groups. Each of these groups will designate a president that will stay on top of everybody. Y'all will get together weekly, bi-weekly. Y'all will have to work with each other. You might have to start doing video conferencing, whatever works around your schedule, but it's important that you keep each other on task. When you're already going to start getting notifications, you'll see it on your back-end dashboard as you see week to week the resources you'll use. There's some certain video conferencing softwares that we offer to you for free, and that's going to be something that you're going to have to regulate. Again, I'm not going to be the one to make sure that y'all are meeting up together. Your president is. So y'all are going to have to elect those a little bit, too. As I said, all of you have a color coding on your name tag that you're given on an email. And we break it a little bit. We're going to get all everybody together in those groups. And then we're going to elect a president for each of those groups. So no pressure on you guys. No pressure on you guys. But that's the thing. We're going to rotate these out. So we'll get through the first phase. We're going to flip the groups again. At least whatever's left of you. And then we'll do it again. And each one will get into the president. Because each of you are going to have to be a leader. Being a leader ain't fun. It's not fun. Nobody wakes up in the morning and says, oh, I'm going to be so happy to be a leader. No.